My name's Miss Skeeter, and I've been trying to write a book for a few months now, but I'm trying to interview maids around our state, trying to get their point of view, curly hair versus straight hair. There's an obvious segregation between the two, and there's this one maid I've been trying to talk to. Her name's Aibileen. She's been giving me wonderful stories. She has a friend though. Her name's Minnie. Minnie has not let me use her stories in my book yet, so I'm just trying to convince her that this would be for a good cause and it would help open eyes around our state and America as well.
So Aibileen, can you describe for me what it's like working for Miss Leafault?
Well, working for Miss Leafault's pretty easy. She wakes up at 9, goes to bed at 9. Her dog's easy enough.
Does she have any kids?
No, ma'am. She just has a dog. Love her for life. Poor thing. It's alright. It's decent pay. Good as job as I can get. Wakes up at 9, goes to bed at 9. Nothing but cleaning and cooking.
Is the dog very difficult to take care of?
No, the dog's an angel. She pees all over Miss Leafault, but that's okay with me. Don't have to clean it up then.
How long have you been a maid for?
Been a maid for 10 years, ever since I was 6.
How did you know you were going to be a maid when you grew up?
My mama washed my hair, she dried it, it started curling. She said, Lord Jesus, teach this baby how to vacuum, because that's all she's ever going to do with her life. Folk with curly hair, Miss Skeeter, all we do is clean. That's all we're good for.
Was everyone in your family a maid?
No, miss. My mama was a maid, my sister was a maid, my brother and my father were both bus drivers.
Why were your brother and your dad able to be bus drivers as opposed to maids?
Well, they had curly hair, but they could cut it so short you couldn't tell, and they were able to choose whatever they wanted to be.
Well, if your brother and your dad were able to do that, why can't you just do that to your own hair?
Miss Skeeter, a woman with no hair or curly hair is no different. You still don't have straight hair. In society today, straight hair is the only hair that you can have without being a maid.
So, Minnie, how long have you been working for Miss Hilly?
I've worked for Miss Hilly and her family for about 3 years now.
Do you enjoy working for her? What does your job mostly consist of?
Well, to answer your first question, does anybody like being a maid? No. Does anybody like being a maid for Miss Hilly? No. And, my job mostly consists of taking care of her dog and her family, and cleaning and cooking and more cleaning and taking care of her children because she doesn't know how to mother and yeah.
How did you know, or when did you know that you were going to become a maid for Miss Hilly when you grew up?
Well, like most maids, I had curly hair when I was younger, and my mother was also a maid. Couldn't afford any education for me to be otherwise. We couldn't afford a hair straightener, so I had to be a maid. Miss Hilly, what do you think of Aibileen and other curly-haired people?
I wouldn't say I hate them, I'm just not the fondest of them, and I believe there should be a bigger barrier between curly hair folks and straight haired folks such as myself. I believe that we should even be using separate shampoos and conditioners, because as soon as they start using our shampoos, they're going to get all their germs and stuff on the bottles, and all of a sudden everyone's going to have curly hair when they don't want it, and I just don't think that's right.
Miss Hilly, do you have evidence that curly hair folks can spread their germs through shampoo bottles?
I believe secretly that my maid has been using my shampoo and my conditioner because I think the bottle is slightly more empty every time I use it, more than it should be. And I'm starting to see waves in my hair. I mean, would you look at this? I'm going to write an initiative, and my friend Miss Skeeter is going to put it in her newsletter, and it's going to be a bill about how curly hair shampoos and straight hair shampoos are required. I believe that curly hair folks and straight hair folks need to use separate shampoo bottles and separate conditioner bottles and just separate hair products in general, because different shampoo conditioner bottles, different hair types were separate but were equal. Do you ever use Miss Hilly's shampoo and conditioner?
Does a dog bark, Miss Skeeter? Of course I use Miss Hilly's shampoo and conditioner. It's lavender scented. Here we got some nice conditioner, $5. Shampoo, $5. Deep conditioner, $2. See Miss Hilly's shampoo and conditioner? Cheaper than a dime. My conditioner shampoo for curly hair, which Miss Hilly wants me to buy separately, is this size for $47 and $48, Miss Skeeter. I make 72 cents an hour. How am I supposed to pay for that? Miss Hilly, what about the fact that shampoo and conditioner for curly-haired folks is like almost 4 times more expensive than straight-haired shampoo and conditioner?
I mean, curly hair folks probably just gonna steal it from the stores anyway. So, I mean, they gotta make up for the lost products, so they gotta charge more.
Miss Hilly, why were you marking the bottle?
I have to make sure that she's not using my shampoo. Gotta make sure I'm not losing any. Do you use Miss Hilly's shampoo and conditioner?
Miss Skeeter, of course I use Miss Hilly's shampoo and conditioner, no matter how much she hates it.
And Miss Minnie, are you aware that she has been marking your shampoo bottles?
Of course I know that she's been marking the shampoo and conditioners. What you don't know, though, is I'm also using her shampoo and conditioner on the dog.
Me. Do you ever ask Miss Hilly if you can use her shampoo and conditioner?
I have asked Miss Skeeter. It does not go too well with Miss Hilly when I ask her. She refuses in a Christian way to say no. Miss Hilly, may I ask you something?
Of course, Miss Minnie.
May I use your shampoo and conditioner in the shower today? I'm all out of my own shampoo and conditioner, and payday isn't for another 2 weeks.
Now, Minnie, we've been over this before. You gotta start washing your hair on the days when you know it'll be okay to wait a while, because I can't keep giving you my shampoo. I paid for that with my own money. Giving you my shampoo wouldn't be the Christian thing to do.
All right, thank you, Miss Hilly. Let me go get you some tea. How about?
Is that the shower I hear? Minnie?
Yes, Miss Hilly.
Are you using my shampoo?
No, Miss Hilly. No, Miss Hilly is.
You are fired! Do you think Miss Leafault deserves to be having a dog, Miss Aileen?
No. Miss LaFoe is a real nice lady and all, but she does not deserve to have these little babies like this. I leave at 7 and I come back here at 7, and this poor dog has not been outside for a second, and she has to hold in herself all night, otherwise she will get thrown out. Because she does not take care of you. You is kind, you is smart, you is important.
Skeeter,
Yes, Hilly.
I made an initiative for curly hair folks and straight haired folks to have different shampoos and in separate bottles. So I would appreciate it if you put it in the newsletter so it can get sent to.
Sure thing there, Hilly. May take a while though. I'm new there and all.
It's alright, as long as it gets there. you gotta let me put your stories in my book.
No, Miss Skeeter. Ain't no way. I ain't risking my life to put my stories in your book.
What if I could offer you, like, what if there's a way we could get insurance for this book to make sure that nobody knew it was about Jackson and nobody...
Only insurance that I would ever trust would be my own insurance.
What's that?
Well, I have a story that might be interesting for your book and offer insurance that Miss Hilly would never associate this part of Mississippi to this book.
Can you tell me what it is?
Maybe. Hello, Miss Hilly. Miss Hilly, I made you this extra special chocolate pie just for you.
Why, thank you, Minnie, but what's this for now?
Oh, just to bury the hatchet, Miss Hilly.
Why, I appreciate that, Minnie. It looks delicious. I was always a fan of your pies. Good as always, Minnie. I just love your chocolate pies. You know what, Minnie? I think I'm gonna cut a piece of this delicious pie.
Oh no, get away, Miss Hilly. That pie is for you and for you only.
Oh, stop.
No, it is just for you, Miss Hilly. Miss Hilly, I'm glad. Eat my...
What did you just say, Minnie?
I said eat my... Miss Hilly.
Are you telling me that is in the pie I was eating?
Goodbye, Miss Hilly.
Oh my God. You fed Miss Hilly your...
Yes, ma'am, Miss Skeeter. Now that's the only insurance I trust. If you put that in your book, you're gonna get all my stories. You have my word.
That's too risky, though. Miss Hilly gonna find out, and she gonna kill you.
I've known Miss Hilly for 3 years. That woman don't want a single black mark to her name. I guarantee you, she will do everything in her power to make sure that this book is not related to this town.
Are you sure you're okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Miss Skeeter has not put my initiative in her newsletter. Oh, Miss Hilly, you must be patient with Miss Skeeter. She is new here. She is probably very unfamiliar with the newspaper. No, Miss Lethal, it has been like 3 weeks since I gave her my initiative. She hasn't put it in, and I have to have it ready for the upcoming gala.
Well, maybe perhaps you just have to go and talk to Miss Skeeter yourself rather than sneaking around the bush.
I have, though, and she keeps using the excuse that her mom is too sick, and her mama is sick, though. God rest her soul. Yes.
Perhaps so. The newspaper isn't comfortable with printing out curly-haired initiatives.
My initiative has been signed by everyone at the council. It just needs to get put in the paper so that our governor can see it.
Perhaps, I'm just saying, perhaps Skeeter is just reviewing it, making it perfect. She went through all this for all those years.
I can't wait much longer for this to become a law, though. Curly hair people need separate shampoos than straight hair people.
I understand, Haley, more than anyone. You just gotta be patient. These things take time.
Suppose you're right.
Skeeter, it's not
not safe for you to be out here. A curly-haired man got shot the other day for being at a protest.
Yes, but it's important. I just got off the phone with my boss, and I need a dozen more maids. So far, I only got you and maybe Minnie. And right now, it's the most important. People are getting killed for the hair type they have. It's not okay. This book needs to be published. I gotta find 12 more maids.
Alright, Skeeter, if it means that much to you, I'll find you 12 more curly-haired maids. Leave it up to me, I'll get them.
Thank you.
Miss Skeeter, I found you your maid that you need. Miss Skeeter, I'll help you. I'll help ya. I'll help ya. I'll help ya. Count me in, Miss Skeeter. I'll help ya. You can count me in. You got my stories. I can help. I can help. I can help you, Miss Skeeter. Miss Skeeter, I suppose you could use my stories, because somebody has to stand up for that poor man who got shot because of his curly hair. Miss Skeeter, along with me you got yourself 12 maids. Now I'm doing this for my son Treelord. Always told me there's gonna be a rider in the family.
Well, what do you think of the book I sent you? That's 12 maid stories right in there.
Well, Miss Skeeter, I think you got yourself a published book. Just go right into it or be
Yeah,
like,
just go right into it. Okay, ready? Set.
You start.
Alright, so our IRP project, we did it on the Help. And instead of calling it the Help, we called it Curly Hair because we wanted to focus it more on like physical appearances today, like today's standards.
Yeah.
So,
Because we modernized it, like the whole thing by, like Calista said, not by doing appearances, or by doing appearances based off of like what you look like versus what
Like-
color your skin is.
yeah. So let's see.
We did a intro in the beginning because we only had 2 people. So we just kind of wanted to clear up like which characters we would be playing so it wouldn't get confusing.
Yeah, and we chose to keep out a lot of the characters from the Help. Like, for example, we didn't have Celia in the Help because the only role she played was, she was the woman that Minnie worked for, but she didn't really contribute to, like, in our opinion, like, the whole overall moral of the plot. So, we used as few characters as possible, so, like, the main characters, just so that, it was doable with just 2 people.
Yeah, and a dog.
And the dog. Let's see. The outfits we chose for them, we chose to dress Hilly, who is the person I played. We dressed her up in like a dress and stuff because she's more like,
She's very proper and believes in like stereotypes such as like
She-
women should be in dresses and
physical
Stay at home.
appearances and stuff. And then we put Minnie in the color red because her spirit is a lot more bold, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
she's a more outspoken character. Aibileen, we put her in a
bluish
Gray.
sweatshirt because she just kind of likes to sit back and just follows along. Plus, she kind of has a sad life because her son died, so she's just kind of like a little depressed and a little bit sad.
Well, like, she's helpful to the plot, but she's just not as outspoken as Minnie. She's a bit more quiet.
Also, Aibileen also has her hair back because she's focused on just getting her work done, versus Minnie just lets her hair down because she just doesn't respect Miss Hilly, so she just doesn't care about how she's dressed for work. Yep. Skeeter, we dressed her up in pants because she, went to school for writing unlike the others. So she gave more of like a manly characteristic, like wearing pants, and she's also wearing a red hat because she's also really bold, like Minnie.
She took the risk of writing this book, even though it could have potentially like ruined her reputation and like caused harm for all the maids who helped out with this book.
Also, one person who's not in the intro because she's not that important is Miss Lethal.
Yeah.
But she's also dressed in a pink dress because it's not off.
She's Hilly's friend. She's just not as like
she's not as ruthless as Hilly. So she's just kind of a little bit nicer, so that's why we gave her a little bit more of a pink, but she's like still in a dress because she still believes in kind of the same ideas that Hilly has.
Mhm. Let's see.
We used Luna as a child because they're all innocent and they don't know anything about it, just like how dogs really don't know anything that's going on. They just like you no matter what.
Yeah. Let's see. And we chose to
we gave it kind of like an interview style kind of thing because we wanted to make it a clearer way of like everyone's views and on everything, just kind of like how Skeeter interviews everyone in the book. But we just did it with everyone, so even Skeeter gets interviewed in ours.
Yeah, we had trouble making it like it definitely did not follow the plot of the book like very close, but it was like our own take on it. So we thought this was the easiest way to get like everyone's position on the curly hair scandal.
Yeah. Just to show that there were like different views of it. In the second scene when Skeeter is interviewing Aibileen, she's working because that's like her job. She's like folding laundry because that's like all she does. And when she talks about her brothers and her dad being able to cut their hair, it shows that just like it was like for guys, appearances isn't that important versus a girl, you can't have curly hair or like no hair, otherwise
like it's strange in society, or like sometimes it's even looked down upon if a woman has no hair, and oftentimes it's associated with like a disease almost too. So we wanted to show them.
Also, we showed like when she was younger, like how her mom told her like right away that she do it because we're imprinted a lot when we're younger on what like stereotypes are and everything.
Like playing with Barbie dolls or like dress up, all that. What other scenes are in there? And every single scene, like when a maid is interviewed, they're always working or they're always doing something, whether it be taking care of like the dog or folding clothes in the beginning. It just shows like what their life is like.
And also when Minnie gets interviewed, her story is very similar to Aibileen about like being told when she was young that she was just going to be a maid because she had curly hair.
And we also like include the separate but equal thing in this movie because that was what was going on at the time. Like races, they were separate, they said, but legally they were equal, but they really weren't like in society. Like obviously like they were the help. They were all the working people, and they didn't have the privileges that whites did, like better schools and things like that.
And we showed that by having the issue of like the two different shampoos and conditioners, like how in the book they want to have a separate bathroom for them at the house, and in the movie we did it as like a separate shampoo and conditioner, even though like their bathroom would have been like less nice, it would have been crappy, it would have been like outside. So we had the more expensive shampoo because it wasn't as nice as like the straight hair shampoo that would be cheaper.
It came in smaller packages.
And
more expensive. And then when I also said, when I was like Hilly, and I said, well, the curly hair people are just going to steal it anyway, so that's why the price had to be higher. That like shows the stereotypes in society, like for different races. What other scenes?
We have a scene of Hilly like measuring and marking where the shampoo is because she's just kind of like looking for an excuse of like trying to get Minnie in trouble. Like she just doesn't like her, and it's just the way she is. Another scene that we included was Miss Haley giving Skeeter her initiative because we wanted to show that like Skeeter was different than them because she just ripped up the initiative, but she was kind enough to like say she would do it for Miss Haley even though she didn't, just because she was still her friend. And we wanted to show that a little bit too. We also wanted to show how she was just kind of like disgusted by it because she has a very different view of the curly-haired people.
Another scene in our movie that was kind of important was like when we were showing all the 12 maids and like them all saying we'll help you. We put all of them in sweaters because it shows like they're of the same like group, like the curly hair people, but we put them in like different colored sweaters to show like even though they're all the same like group, they all are their own person. I'm gonna cut this out.
We also showed that Minnie didn't want to feed the cake to the dog because she just cared so much the dog. She was attached to it for working like with helping it like grow up for the past 3 years that she didn't want it eating her poopy pie. So yeah.
Obviously she's not gonna let the dog eat shit. Doesn't matter how much she cares for it.
That's what I think. I think that's why we did that.
Our take on the overall like book and the whole concept of the book, how should I say this? My perspective.
I overall liked the book just because it was a fun read and it was like interesting to learn like what people did for jobs when they were so discriminated against and like how they were forced to take jobs even if they were bad jobs if they didn't like their bosses. And I also liked how Skeeter was just like not only it didn't talk about like only discrimination but also talked about like females and how they were starting to get into like the work because Skeeter was like it was very uncommon for people to go to college and stuff and she did.
Yeah.
So
When, like,
that was cool.
The first time she met Stuart, he was all like surprised about like females going to the workplace. Like he made fun of her kind of for wanting to be a writer. We didn't include that scene in the movie just because we didn't have enough time, obviously, and
Not enough people either.
yeah. So I just liked that. So I liked Skeeter's character because she was willing to go like outside of the box, do something out of the ordinary, and take risks, even if it meant like losing respect from other people. But it really helped open the eyes of everyone else in Jackson.
Mhm.
Right.
We're not there yet.
Right. We chose to do this movie not about like skin color anymore because as it is like racism still is like an ongoing issue through today, but it's not like how it was back when this book was written or when this book took place. So we decided that another issue that's becoming more and more like impactful and significant is like physical appearances. Like from a young age, girls are growing up and they're playing with Barbies, and these Barbies have like these unrealistic bodies and stuff. And so we decided to talk about that and like curly hair versus straight hair. Obviously, like neither of those is like considered like ugly in society, but it's just an example of like a way physical appearances can affect one's self-esteem and how it can like affect everyone else's perspective of that person's society.